Hello everyone. So we have a game in London this week, which is a little weird just because London it's gonna be on at like 8:30 Eastern time, so but anyway, the Browns are actually not as bad as one would think because on offense they are 24th in total yards gained at 304.9 yards per game. 21st in passing, 212.6 yards, and 25th in rushing, 92.3 yards. Now, that's not the part I was talking about. That is almost to be expected from Cleveland. It's the defense that really surprised me, which they are ninth in total defense at 304.7 yards a game allowed, 15th in passing at 221 flat allowed, and then 6th in rushing with only 83.7 yards allowed per game. And as of today, which is October 25th, 2017, their injury report looked as such. Kenny Britt was limited with a groin and a knee injury. Jamar Taylor was also limited today with a rib injury. And then you have Sammy Coates, who was full, and Jamie Collins was limited with a shoulder. And the people that did not practice for them include Myles Garrett because of a concussion, Jason McCourty, the cornerback, because of an ankle, Larry Ogunjobi, another rookie defensive lineman that they have, and then Jabril Peppers also did not practice due to a toe, and then there's obviously Joe Thomas. It wasn't on the injury report, but the Joe Thomas thing where he tore his triceps is out for the year. And then if you go over to our guys, you got the 24th total, not 24th, whoa, the 12th total ranked offense, my bad. And they are averaging 356.1 yards a game, 14th in passing, averaging 231.6 yards a game, and 8th in rushing with 124.6 yards a game. And defensively, 4th in total with only 283 yards allowed a game. I know last week did not hurt that at all. And 12th in passing with 206.4 yards a game, and 3rd in rushing with 76.6 yards a game allowed. So, and then the injury reports go as such. You have Mackenzie Alexander, who is limited with a hip injury. Tremaine Brock, limited with a hamstring. Diggs is limited with an ankle and a groin. Nick Easton was limited with a calf. Mike Floyd, limited with a hamstring. Case Keenum, another quarterback, limited with a chest. Treadwell had a toe injury, but he went for a full practice. And the guys who did not practice, all because of a knee, all of them due to knee. You have Sam Bradford, Riley Reef, Jeremiah Searles, and Stephen Weatherly. So the one that concerns me there is Riley Reef, obviously. But there is something I would like to point out here, which is when it comes to offense and turnovers, the Browns' offense are 32nd in the league, so that's last in the league in third down conversions at only 29%, and they're also last in turnover ratios at -11. And go over to Minnesota, they are 7th in third down conversions with 44% and 12th in the turnover differential with only +1. But I think that's an area where they can really, really take advantage just because of how good this defense is, considering how bad their offense is. And so, but the question for me is like, can we get the run game going again? Can Murray repeat? It's the 6th ranked run defense, which is average, which is only allowing 83 yards a game. Like Murray just barely passed over 50 yards one time, and that was last week. So can he do? That was against a defense that was actually allowing 141 yards per game. So it's kind of a weak defense, and so can he repeat again? We had to go more to power run sets. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but we had to do more power run sets in order to really get him going just because the zone run scheme is not his thing. He's a bigger back. He's more north and south. He doesn't really have the hips for his own running scheme. So it's a little interesting how they even brought him in, but that's what it is. And will Keenum be hampered by this chest injury? Because I imagine he's still going to play. So last time he was London, he threw 4 picks. Okay. As we just went through, this defense for Cleveland actually isn't that bad. They're a little stingy. So we're really hoping he's not hampered just because we have enough quarterback injuries as it is between Sam Bradford and Teddy Bridgewater. So, and I doubt we're going to see Kyle Sloter. So, I don't know why we would. That's not good if this is really a real problem. So, but it did sound like Diggs was going to play, and Riley Reef, I have not seen anything on, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe this is a game where it would be good to kind of keep him out anyway. Just because I know it was like, it's our starting left tackle, he needs to be out there. But they're also missing Myles Garrett. So we might be able to afford to just say, okay, Reef, you rest out, and then you'll come back after the bye. So just not risk a further injury. And I think that's probably how they should take with Reef, judging how important he is to the offense. Because we saw what happened last year. We don't have a reliable left tackle. TJ Clemmings cannot do anything. And there is a possible chance for Danny Isidore to get his first career start due to Searles not practicing due to the knee and Easton being limited due to a calf. And anyone who's been watching my things knows I'm very adamant on letting Isidore play this year. I think he's better than both of those two guys. So I don't see why. I know it's typically, oh, he's a rookie. I need to play the veteran. Do you really need to play the veteran all the time? Like, if he's clearly better, why? But we might see his first career start. We may see Easton because he was limited. We shall see. And the defense should make life hell for Kaiser. It really should. Like, there's no reason for it not to. They have Sean Coleman and I believe Spencer Drango as their tackles right now because of the Joe Thomas injury. And so that's not the best thing to do against our front four. So Hunter going against Coleman and Griffin going against Spencer Drango. So without Joe Thomas, Griff should eat. He really should. I'm thinking he gets at least 2.5 sacks in this game, I would think, just because of that. And I know all of this stuff equals like, oh, it's still Cleveland. Do not take the Browns lightly just because of how similarly built they are to the Vikings. So I know ultimately we'll probably pull away just because our offense is better than theirs, but their defense is not like it's not elite, but it's pretty good. So it's kind of getting there. And that's why Keenum with this chest injury could really worry me. If he's hampered at all by it, we got issues because we don't really have an offense that's tailor-made to play from behind. Even if it is the Cleveland Browns, we can't really come back from things. We're not that explosive with Case Keenum under the helm. So do not take them lightly. And my prediction is they will still win. The Minnesota Vikings will and go to 6-2. Just because, well, one, it is still Cleveland. I know I just said don't take them lightly, but I still think we'll be able to pull away. I do think it'll be closer than some other people think. I am predicting them to win 24-13 in this one because I think, like I said before, it's going to be mainly a defensive battle and someone's going to have to pull away at the end. And just by looking at the numbers here, it's got to be Minnesota. They have the better offense. They have more weapons, especially if Diggs is back. He opens up the whole field. So that is what I have. And until the recap, I bid you farewell.